I've had quite a few requests asking about this workbench that I made maybe a year or two ago. So just a quick and dirty video talking about what it can and can't do. It's not finished, these kind of things never are, but hopefully you'll find this a little bit useful. You might have noticed that this bench is electrified, and to indicate that there's power going to it, I've got a few LED strips just to visually indicate to me at least that there's power going to the bench. Just a bit of a safety precaution. So firstly, I've got the DeWalt table saw all set up here. Over here I've got a little drawer with some safety equipment. The usual ear protection, goggles and dust masks. And down below I've got a section for a huge sled and the, I guess, default DeWalt goodies that come with the table saw. So push stick, fence and miter gauge, or miter, whatever the thing's called. So yeah, just on the sled here I've got a ton of stuff. Feather boards, push blocks, zero clearance throat guard, a couple of clamps. So I've got this little digital level box to check that the blade is vertical or at 45. I've also got this little gauge to test parallelness, to test that my blade and fence are parallel. Pretty handy. The full workbench is on lockable casters. I've got 3 on each side, 6 in total, so it's really heavy, but it is very mobile. And with these garage doors I'm able to take it out into the open air when it's a sunny, warm day. At this end of the bench we just have another power outlet. This is something I might add a couple of attachments to. Over here is the other side of the miter saw. This is where the bench gets power from, so I've just got this plugged into an outlet in here. So it's pretty messy down here, but you know, here's my little hacky router table thing. But you can see here I've got power going around the whole inside of this. And this side I've got a couple of hand saws and again another power outlet. So yeah, let's take a look at the miter saw setup. So this is the miter saw. Pretty easy to flip it over and flip it back. Just want to talk about dust collection for a second. So I use this vacuum cleaner which has obviously the usual on-off function, but it also has a function, a pass-through function. When the table saw, miter saw, calls for power, you can see now it's pulling a little bit of power now, but when it calls for proper power, the vacuum cleaner will switch on. So I'll give you a quick example here. So in that example, the vacuum cleaner kicked in when the miter saw called for power. So what I've done in this example is I've taken the vacuum cleaner and plugged it into the blast gate hole here in the back. Let me try and focus it a little bit better. There we go. So this is now pulling from the table saw, just there. So again, really quick demo. When I hit power, the vacuum cleaner kicks in. So it's a pretty handy way to manage dust. I know it's not a full-on dust management system, but it means it kicks in when you need it and it switches off when you don't. This is why you need these blast gates. You don't want to spray it all over the storage areas. So yeah, hope this was helpful. Like and subscribe. Bye.